Jones, starring Buddy Ebsen. Also starring Lee Merriweather, with guest stars Wayne Rogers, Dan Travatti, special guest star Stephanie Powers. Tonight's episode, Echo of a Murder.
While you keep fiddling around with that dumb engine. Nothing ever works around here except me.
Well, Claire, the engine just stalled. I'll have it fixed in a minute.
And you know how I hate to sit in the sun. You know how bad it is for my skin. Well, if you think I'm gonna put up with this, you got another thing coming. The wife of a man who owns himself a lodge, well, she don't expect herself to be down on her hands and knees scrubbing no floor.
Never asked you to scrub floors.
Oh.
It's not demeaning to be a hostess while meals are being served.
Well, I should hope not, because my daddy didn't raise me up to be no hired hand. If he could see me now, he'd have a fit.
Voice of hers. How it grates on my nerves.
I don't care what you deny. Not a day goes by you don't go snooping around that redhead. You and your fancy lodge. Ain't nothing but a hole in the wilderness. Ain't nothing to do out here. Ain't nobody out here but a bunch of old ladies and senile old men. As a matter of fact, I think I'll just take me the next bus out of here, and I don't need no invitation from you.
Will you sit down in the boat?
Oh.
Just stop it, huh?
Looks like some late mail came in for you, Mr.
Stop that.
Can't do it. Don't take no rags over me.
Watch out what you're doing, huh?
You!
What the devil's he doing to her?
No, don't you let me go. Don't go out.
My gracious. See her.
Oh, crazy! Claire! Claire! That's all I know, Sheriff. The owner of the lodge, killing his wife out on the lake. Of course I saw it. It's plain murder.
Tom? It's been a long time.
Mr. Jones, thanks for coming up. I hope you don't think I was taking advantage just because I knew your son.
Oh, I'm always glad to hear from Hal's old friends.
He didn't do it, Mr. Jones. Gil, Mr. Atkins, it just didn't happen the way people are saying.
Has he been charged yet?
Last night, right after I phoned you, they're calling it a suspicion of murder.
Well, let's start out by your telling me everything exactly as you saw it.
Lon, excuse me.
Good.
Lon, I hate to disturb you with all this excitement going on, but my TV isn't working. Do you think you could fix it?
Yeah, I'll have it taken care of right away. It's those new jacks they put in.
Well, whenever you get the chance.
Now, what did you see, Lon?
Trouble is, I don't know exactly what I saw. I know they were arguing out on the lake, and then Gil's wife screamed, and everybody's saying Gil hit her with the oar, but it couldn't have happened like that. I know Gil.
Has he made a statement to the sheriff?
Gil swears he was just trying to keep her from falling out of the boat. And the oar, he was just trying to reach her with it, not hit her. Gil doesn't swim. Neither did Claire. That's Miss Renford. She's a guest. Would you like me to point out where it happened?
Mm-hmm.
They were just to the right of where the sheriff's boat is now.
About 100 yards from here.
Yeah, and at that distance, you can't see everything. That's what I told Mr. Wright.
We all like Mr. Atkins too, Lon, but that wife of his was a, well,
For a woman sleeping and drinking the day away, snappish even at a good morning? Our sympathies are with Mr. Atkins, but
To a point, that is.
Don't misunderstand us, Lon, but anybody who carried on the way Mrs. Atkins did, especially yesterday morning.
Claire went up and barged right into Miss Renford's cabin. You could hear Claire's voice all over the lake.
What were they arguing about?
Claire thought Gil was paying too much attention to Miss Renford, but Gil's always looking after the comfort of every guest.
I take it you folks are all going to be appearing as witnesses against Mr. Atkins?
Yes. With all due respect to Lon's friendship for Mr. Atkins, the whole thing took place right in front of our very eyes.
seeing is believing.
You know, ma'am, I wasn't too old when my grandfather took me to see a young fellow named Harry Houdini, who was appearing in our town. And at an early age, I learned two things. One, you can't eat a hot dog and cotton candy at the same time. And two, believing everything you see is nearly as bad as having to see everything you believe.
Jones? Sure glad you could come. Lon's talked about you often.
Do they really ski in outfits like that these days?
Yeah, and I don't know where it's going to end. You talked to Lon?
Mr. Atkins, have you hired yourself a good lawyer?
A fellow named Fred Baumiller. He's a local attorney, but I'm sure he's all I'll need. After all, it's Lon's word against that of those guests, most of whom are at the age where I wouldn't trust their eyesight or their judgment.
I doubt if a friend and employee would outweigh impartial witnesses.
But they couldn't have seen me kill my wife. Mr. Jones, I jumped in the water and I don't swim. I held onto the side of the boat. I reached out my arm to her. I called her name. Those witnesses, they'll have to tell you that. They'll have to tell you that they heard me call her name.
Playing the devil's advocate, you could have been just a man who suddenly came to his senses and realized that he had killed somebody in front of a bunch of people.
Yes, I suppose it could be taken that way, but it wasn't. None of what they thought they saw happened.
What really happened?
She stood up in the boat. She'd been drinking that morning, and I was afraid she was going to fall over the side, just that.
The guests are saying you pushed her out of the boat.
She pushed away from me. Mr. Jones, what possible motive could I have for killing Claire?
Mr. Atkins, if I'm going to be working for you, I've got to have complete honesty. Now, don't tell me that there is no possible motive when you and your wife were constantly quarreling. And what about that attractive red-headed guest, Miss Renford?
All right. I'll admit, I probably was paying too much attention to Sharon Renford. And it's true. Claire and I did constantly fight. Mr. Jones, I probably made one of the biggest mistakes of my life when I married her. But do I look like the kind of a man who would lose his temper to the point that I would take an oar and brain my wife in full view of all of those people?
What were you doing out in the boat?
I was trying to show Claire where I thought we should put some small cabins along the shore, trying to convince her that it would pay off. The outboard had just stalled on me.
What about the oar?
Have you ever tried to take the end of a heavy oar and pass it to someone in the water? You hold it out, and it falls in. I swung that oar over my head in hopes that it would fall within her reach.
And the oar didn't hit her?
It fell short by at least a foot.
Lon says you didn't know your wife very long before you married her.
9 weeks to be exact. I used to go up to Vegas a lot to try to relax, forget about the lodge business. We met up there, and one thing led to another, and... Mr. Jones, I didn't know I was marrying an alcoholic. You wouldn't believe the change in that girl.
Well, it looks to me like your case depends on finding a couple of favorable witnesses. I'll inquire around. People have had a chance to sleep on what they saw.
Then you'll take the case?
From what I know up to this point, it would take a man with an uncontrollable temper to do what they say they saw you do. Not to mention a very stupid one, and that doesn't describe you. Well, times change. For the better. That's a pretty low rate of recovery.
Yeah, well, in my experience, we've had about, a dozen drownings. Recovered just about half of them. It's the currents. And over in the center of the lake, the bottom slopes down to subterranean levels. A scuba diver almost got swept under a ledge down there one time. We gave up using divers.
I can see why this lodge isn't all that popular.
Yeah, fewer people come up here each year. I know Mr. Atkins bought it cheap, but folks don't figure him to turn it around.
The bodies that you recover, where do you generally find them?
Well, after a couple of days, some of them show up over in Funeral Creek. Folks took to calling it that. It's a neck of water horseshoes itself around back of those trees.
Right about here is where she went down, isn't it?
Yeah, we should be just about over it.
The cottage over there, does that belong to the lodge?
Large property, runs about a quarter mile past it.
Cedar waxwing.
Well, I'm very flattered.
That's a very good likeness. I'm Barnaby Jones. We almost met over some postcards this morning in the lobby.
I did think you'd come to visit me a little sooner, Mr. Jones.
Well, I wanted to talk to the guests who had made depositions first. See whether they're still as positive after a night's sleep.
And were they?
I'm afraid so. Oh, I see you're an ornithologist, Miss Renford.
Oh, no, just a casual interest in birds.
I'm a sort of an amateur one, by accident, to outwit Miss Wilhelm.
Miss Wilhelm?
My 7th grade teacher. She was an absolute bird nut. I used to collect demerits like you just couldn't imagine, so I tried to get on the good side of her. I signed up for bird studies in my hobby class.
How very clever of you.
Well, to make a long story short, I had to help her catalog the entire library file of birds, from Aberdivine to zebra finch.
Mr. Jones, I don't think when you decided to come and visit me, you wanted to discuss birds.
Well, let's just say that I was curious about where you were about the time of the boating mishap.
I was right here. I was photographing a flock of wild geese that were flying over at the time. I wasn't aware there was anything going on in the cove until I heard Mr. Atkins calling for Claire. And then I saw him clinging to the side of the boat.
Hey, that is a beautiful piece of equipment. You mind if I look at it?
Oh, go right ahead.
Telescopic lens. Very handy. So, you caught some wild geese flying over, huh?
Yes, I hope they're in focus.
Why didn't you hear Clara when she screamed for help?
What?
You said that you heard Gil Atkins calling her name. There'd been quite an argument before that, loud enough to be heard all the way over to the lodge. You're 50 yards away from where the boat was. It seemed to me that your attention would have been attracted to the boat from the very beginning.
I heard voices naturally, but I didn't pay them any attention.
That's funny, Miss Renford. I took you for a person who had a very curious nature.
I was busy photographing the geese, concentrating on them.
Scream, struggle, according to the guests, and here you are with a front row seat.
She was a worthless tramp. Drunken shrew he married. Do you think I'd give one iota of evidence against Gil? Whatever happened, she drove him to it.
You saw it all, didn't you, Miss Renford?
You're not going to drag anything out of me in court. Gil deserves all the help he can get.
You're under a misconception, Miss Renford. I'm a private investigator employed to help Gil Atkins.
Oh. Well, I'm not even sure what I saw. I'm not even sure it was in focus.
You triggered the camera?
Yes, I wanted to get a shot of that tramp taking a pratfall.
You filmed the whole thing?
I'm positive it was all an accident. But I'm not adding to any evidence against Gil by giving anyone that film.
You're positive it was an accident. Gil Atkins is swearing it was an accident. Doesn't it occur to you, Miss Renford, that something you have on this film might prove it was an accident?
He couldn't have killed her knowing all those people were watching. It just doesn't make any sense.
Now there, Miss Renford, I couldn't agree with you more. Not making sense.
Do you think I'd testify to something I didn't see?
Mrs. Handley, your testimony is not being disputed. It's simply that your answer sounded like conjecture.
Nothing conjecture about telling exactly what I saw with my own 2 eyes, is there?
What's delaying your daughter-in-law?
Well, she'll be here. If she were going to be too late, she'd have called me.
I'll rephrase, Mrs. Handley. Is there any question in your mind that the distance to the boat and the fading light distorted what you were seeing?
Frankly, I wish there were some question. It isn't easy to be accusing someone of murder.
Madam, we are not accusing here. We are examining the circumstances surrounding the death of one Claire Atkins without prejudice. This is a hearing, nothing more.
Thank you, Mrs. Handley. Mr. Lon Stevens.
It only looked that way.
All we wish is a direct reply. Did you see Mrs. Claire Atkins being pushed or hurled from the boat?
It looked that way. It wasn't.
Mr. Stevens, either you saw such an act or you didn't.
I couldn't have, and nobody else could have. It only looked that way.
Did you see that oar strike Mrs. Atkins over the head?
Now listen.
Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Stevens.
They sure shut him up in a hurry.
He's not telling him anything, except he's your friend.
I'd like to call on Mr. Benjamin Wright.
There's no doubt in my mind she was thrown from the boat. And the oar was picked up and swung at her head.
Did you see that oar strike her head?
Yes.
Did you see Mrs. Atkins then disappear beneath the water?
I did.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. Now, Your Honor, I'd like to call Mrs. Ryan.
I got it.
Your Honor, before any more witnesses are called, I'd like to call to the stand Mr. Barnaby Jones, who wishes to place into evidence some movie film.
What kind of film?
Pictures of the boating mishap, Your Honor, filmed in its entirety.
How could that be? Well, they couldn't possibly have taken a film. Didn't touch her.
I think we can open the blinds now.
Mr. Atkins, you're looking at a damn fool.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Sorry,
That's
really.
all right, Mrs. Ryan.
You've made a lot of people very happy, Barnaby. Congratulations.
I think congratulations might be due Mr. Atkins. Right over there. Maybe the cleverest man I ever met.
Well, thank you,
How
Mrs.
you
Ryan.
forget?
Thank you. Don't think a thing about it. No, you're being
don't know
very
what-
nice about it. I don't think I'll ever trust my eyesight
I know.
either.
We did it! We did it!
I can breathe. I haven't taken a deep breath in months.
Hey, you know,
What?
I like Claire's looks a lot better.
Oh, you do? Oh, feels better. I've got an idea.
Well, if you ain't the most low-down husband I ever did see, treating a woman like a piece of dirt, ain't that the truth?
Got away clean. Nobody hurt. And $250,000 on its way. $250,000?
That's a figure.
I don't believe it.
I went over this in detail with Steve Kelton of Solar Insurance, and that's what you got coming.
Oh, I remember an item in the escrow papers about the lodge insurance remaining in effect, but I never gave much thought to the policy being anything more than the usual fire and theft and sufficient liability.
The former owners had a lot of other business interests beside the lodge. They had a partnership clause in the policy which protected them in the event of loss of services.
Kind of an ugly thought that I'll profit by Claire's death.
Clara became your partner not only in marriage, but in fact when you added her name to the lodge title, a jointly owned venture in the eyes of the law.
That's right, I remember. At her insistence, everything I had, bank accounts, so on, became jointly owned. Poor Claire, she was such an insecure person.
I just thought I'd pass this information along to you, Mr. Atkins.
Well, I appreciate that. Incidentally, how'd you come by this information? Making inquiries?
I make a lot of routine inquiries when I'm on a case.
Of course. I'm still stunned. Mr. Jones, I know you're checking out today, and I know that Lon hired you, but I want you to send me the bill.
All right. I'm planning on doing a little fishing before we leave.
Fishing? For what?
Anything I can catch, Mr. Atkins? You notice anything?
Not exactly an authority on wild geese.
I'm not talking about the geese. I mean the way the picture jiggles a little.
I don't know that my hand would be any steadier trying to follow a gaggle of geese.
Now what? Notice anything strange now?
I don't think so.
You're aiming your camera up at some geese. You hear a noise in the cove. You point your camera down there. Why no jiggle? Don't look at the people. Look at the end of the boat and the edge of the picture. Taken at 50 yards with a telescopic lens handheld by Miss Renford, and it doesn't vary a hair. This camera was locked in position when she took these pictures.
How? She wouldn't have had enough time if she saw Claire was going to fall and wanted to get a picture of it.
If I were to ask Miss Renford, which I don't intend to, she'd say she used a tripod, which she forgot to mention.
Well, what do we do now?
Now we go fishing.
Gil, here's another letter asking a company discount. Maybe you should change your mind about turning down discount business.
Why is Jones using boat number 7?
That's the one he said he wanted.
If he talks about staying over, you tell him that we have everything under reservation from tonight on. Understand?
Gil? After Mr. Jones helping you, you don't want him around?
It's not that, Lon. It's just that I don't want to be reminded of Claire's accident.
I'm not too far away.
Let me see the fish, Dad. One more.
Dad's the biggest fishing bug in the world.
Terrific. I got it.
Well, we've got to get packing. Well, I hope the weather holds for you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Lon, got a question to ask you. I know you think a lot of Gil.
Oh, we've been through NAM together, Mr. Jones. I don't think I could have made it without Gil. I wasn't that much of a soldier.
You socialize a lot working for him?
Sure. I mean, drinking the lounge nights, talk over old times.
You must know his wife pretty well.
Claire? She wouldn't talk to me from the first day she got here. She'd just turn away like she hated me.
That's strange.
Oh, no, sir. She treated everybody the same.
Your guest, Miss Renford, did Gil know her before she came up here?
Well, I'm sure he didn't. Speaking of Miss Renford, better be hunting up a new TV jack for her. Nice seeing you again, Betty.
Nice seeing you, Bob.
Visit us again, Mr. Jones. Fall's best time for fishing.
I may see you before then. Like trying to grab a hold of a greased pig. You think you got him, and you got a handful of air.
Maybe I should pack up and leave tonight.
Oh, no. That's not necessary. We don't want to hurry anything. You talk to the guests, chat with them, say your goodbyes.
How long do you think we'll have to wait?
Shouldn't be more than a week. In the meantime, I'll put the lodge on the market. We'll get what we can get. You stay in Palm Springs.
All right.
What are you doing here?
I promised I'd fix her television set. You're her.
All of a sudden, he's Mr. Efficiency.
It was just a trick.
That's right. Just a trick. Nobody got hurt. And the insurance company can afford it. When I get the check, there's something in it for you.
That's what it was, the insurance?
Sure, that's all. $10,000 for you. Take off, live it up. You're not even involved. You don't know anything about it. You never did. And we'll call the $10,000 a loan from me to you that you never have to pay back. Hey, Lon, wait a minute.
You know me better than anybody, Gil. Do you think I'd ever cheat or steal?
It's all right. I'll talk to him. Hey, Lon! Lon, wait a minute! Lon, please! Lon, listen. Listen to me. I'm in this thing deep, and you're flushing me down the drain.
Gil, I'm all mixed up.
I'll say you're mixed up. You were pretty mixed up in the Kong Delta, too.
I know I owe you, Gil.
Owe me? I wiped your nose for 2 years. They took half a mortar shell out of my hide when I pulled you out of that mud hole.
I know, Gil, I know. See, I can't go along with you anymore.
What do you mean?
I gotta think, Gil.
Think? You never had anything to think with.
Maybe. Maybe you're right. But I know enough to stop when it comes to me doing something bad. I can't look the other way anymore, Gil. It's not like Saigon, when you were taking supplies out the back door and selling them to the black marketeers.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You couldn't make it honest. You never could do anything honest. Always spoiling things with your cheap tricks. That's you, Gil. Cheap. Lousy cheap.
Lon? 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 Lon?
Instead of another cup of coffee, what you need is a good night's sleep.
Betty. Last cup of coffee made just done.
What? What? Tell me. Give me a...
Look at the length of the shadow of that oar. It's just about the same size as the oar. Well, the length of the shadow of this fishing rod, it's barely half the length of the rod itself.
I'm sorry, Barnaby, I don't get it.
You took these pictures of me about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Same time, same place, boat angle the same. Everything is the same except the shadows are shorter. I was right. That film was staged. We must have done it in the early spring when the lodge was closed and the lake was still deserted. They used the same boat, same engine. They even repainted the boat. Everything was the same. One thing they couldn't control was the seasons. Roses fade and shadows shift by Ebenezer Elliott.
What teacher was that?
Good old Miss Wilhelm. So now we know. And that little old statement I made at the hearing about optical illusion still stands. All those guests at the lodge, who thought they were seeing Claire, what were they actually seeing? They said she was unsocial, that she drank and slept the day away. But they heard her. They heard her arguing with Sharon Renford in that cottage. Everybody heard Claire, but even Lon says he never knew her because she always avoided him.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that Sharon and Claire are the same person? Oh. Well, then, if that's so, why didn't they make it look like an accident from the very beginning instead of a murder?
Because a heavily insured Claire disappearing into the lake would have smelled like fraud. There'd have been long investigations, and the coroner might not even have certified death. No, our Mr. Atkins took the bold approach. He had eyewitnesses to an apparent murder, so he forced that hearing judge to examine the probable cause of death, never the question of death.
And so Claire, or Sharon, swam underwater to the shore, getting back to the cottage through the brush and the trees.
That's right. Hello, Steve Kelton, please. And you can bet that if I hadn't happened onto that stage film, they would have found a way to have some deputy sheriff just happen on it. Hello, Steve. Barnaby Jones. How would you like to save $250,000 on that Atkin policy? That's right. Hold up payment.
How did it all go with Lon?
With Lon? Well, he was happy enough to leave last night. Why shouldn't he be? He's getting $25,000.
Is there something else wrong?
I heard from the insurance company. They're investigating further into Claire's background.
Well, let them investigate. She has no background. She has no family. She has nothing. She appeared from thin air, and she's going to disappear into the same thin air.
But that guy from the company said a very interesting thing. If they don't recover a body from that lake out there, they're not going to pay off for 7 years.
For 7 years? But what about all those people that saw Claire drowned?
Yeah. Sudden change in their attitude. Almost overnight. Maybe something we overlooked. Or something Jones saw.
Gil, look, if this thing's going to start falling apart around us, maybe we ought to, drop it. Back out. It's not that important, really, is it? It's not as if we're losing anything we ever had.
Hey, you know the clothes that you wore as Claire? Where are they?
They're out back where you told me to bury them.
I think we should get rid of them. Why don't you go get them?
All right. You know, Gil, no one would ever find them. The rock covered them perfectly.
I said go get them.
Why, Gil? If what what you're thinking. For them to find Claire's body in the lake.
Lon knows.
Yeah, the secret's buried with him.
Yes, ma'am. We have your reservation right here. Just let us know when you'll be arriving. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Is Lon Stevens around?
No, sir. He's no longer with us.
Could you tell me where I can find him?
He left sometime last night for another job. You'd have to ask Mr. Atkins for any details.
Where is Mr. Atkins?
I believe he's driving one of our guests into the city.
Would that guest be Miss Sharon Renford?
Yes, sir.
How long ago did they leave?
Oh, I'd say about 30 minutes, sir.
Never mind casting off. I'm betting she's still alive. You're going to need water in her lungs. Well, now, that is something I didn't figure, you're having a gun. But I guess it just proves that you never were quite sure of yourself right from the beginning. It's all over, Mr. Atkins. A man as smart as you has got to know that once you start swinging wild, everything goes downhill.
What did you tell the insurance company?
Among other things, to watch your next move. You do move fast, Mr. Atkins.
Why aren't the sheriff's men here?
As a professional, I have got to admire the way you put everything together, especially the play acting by Miss Renford here. She's quite a gal. And the way you use remote control on the camera. No third party, cuts down expenses.
You didn't call the sheriff, did you? You weren't that sure of yourself.
Don't you even want to know where you slipped up? Just a plain little boat oar, part of it.
I can't swim! Help! I can't swim!
What do you know? There's one thing you didn't have to fake.
Help!
He killed Lon, you know.
That's what I figured when I called the police. They've got dogs out around the lodge now.
Nobody was supposed to get hurt.
It generally starts out that way.
Barnaby Jones. Starring Buddy Ebsen. Also starring Lee Merriweather. With guest stars Andrew Prine, Catherine Justice, Vincent Van Patten. Tonight's episode, Day of the Viper.
Set for the kill. He can smell the desert. That's his home. And he'd kill us to get there. Take the loot, Kevin.
No.
I said take it. Get him into the cage. Go on, boy. Not bad. Now, tomorrow you'll go out to the mine and bring one back all by yourself. We'll have ourselves quite a collection by the time we're finished.
Why? You know I hate those things. Why do you make me keep them around?
So you'll learn to face what you're afraid of. No matter what it is. When I'm gone, you're going to have to make your way alone. I just want you to grow up. To be a man. Anyone would want that for his son.
I'm not your son.
You sure don't let me forget that sometimes. But like it or not, I'm responsible.
You don't really care about me. I'm just something you think you can make into whatever you like. I wish I never came here.
You're going to regret those words one day, Kevin.
No, I'm not.
Kevin?
Sorry I'm late. I was held up in court. Anything urgent come up?
Liza Mills is here. I told her she could wait inside. She seemed pretty upset. Here's the coffee I promised you, Liza.
Thanks, Betty. Since I've been standing there, exactly 113 cars have gone by that window, and that's just east to west.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to keep you waiting that long.
Oh, you didn't. What I mean is, 60 miles from here in the desert, we don't see that much traffic in a whole month.
I'm sure you want those trial notes typed.
Please.
Excuse me.
Well, Eliza. You know, I haven't seen you since you were the brightest student in a sociology class at Pacific Western College. At least you were the only one who seemed to understand my lecture.
Well, I'm afraid I haven't made much use of all that complicated education.
I hear you went back to the ranch.
I felt I should help Papa try to make a go of things. We never hit it rich, but we managed to get along. Till Papa died.
Yes, Betty told me. I'm sorry, Liza.
I had to be in L.A. to take care of some legal business with the estate. I remembered your office was nearby, so I came up to say hello and hear a few kind words.
I'm glad you did. Is that all?
No. I haven't been able to sleep very well lately. Thoughts come and they keep me awake.
What kind of thoughts?
About what a careful man Papa always was.
Accidents happen, Liza.
I know. It was an accident. That's what they all said at the inquest. But I couldn't help wondering, since my stepbrother Kevin almost got bitten last month, Papa made sure that we each had our own snake bite kit. He kept his in the den bathroom. It was missing on the day he was killed.
Did you mention that at the inquest?
Yes. They said it wasn't evidence of anything, that he could have mislaid it. Oh, that's true. I mean, Papa could have lost it anywhere on the ranch. But I can't get rid of these thoughts. I need help, Barnaby. Someone to show me for sure that it was an accident. So I can sleep again. I found him in here when I came home at 7. The snake was still in the room. According to the coroner, Papa died somewhere between 5 and 6.
I wonder how come he didn't call out for help.
There wasn't anyone who'd hear. Kevin was the only one at home. He'd gone to his room. He didn't even know what had happened until after I came home.
Well, you could have gone out looking for him, or used a telephone.
Papa had a cardiac condition. The coroner said that the shock of the snake bite might have brought on a heart attack. Papa might have died before he could call for help.
Liza, did your father have strong words with anyone on or off the ranch recently?
My papa was a strong man, Barnaby. He had strong ideas about the way people ought to live, especially those close to him, like Kevin. And Kevin, well, sometimes he'd get his back up and explode if he felt Papa was pushing him too hard.
Did it ever get violent?
What you're asking is, could Kevin have ever harmed Papa? The answer is no. With all the arguing, Kevin worshipped Papa. Papa took him in when he was an orphan. All Kevin ever wanted was for Papa to look on him as his own son.
Hey there.
Oh, I'm glad you're back. Jim Howard, meet Barnaby Jones.
Howdy. Well, I'm sorry I couldn't be here to meet you, Mr. Jones. Liza's told me a lot about you. Listen, I saw Mr. Meadows at the land office, and he's going to try to find a buyer for the property.
Oh, you're planning on selling the ranch?
Well, Liza is. I just take orders. So we're married anyway. Then I get to be the boss, at least on national holidays. In the meantime, I could eat 10 horses.
Oh, well, would you settle for some very large hamburgers?
You talked me into it. Would you stay for lunch, Mr. Jones?
Well, I'm afraid I can't today, thanks. I want to see the sheriff before I go home.
In that case, I get his hamburger.
If you're that hungry, I better get started. I'll let you know when they're ready.
Okay. What do you want to see the sheriff about, Mr. Jones?
I just want to check out a few facts. Eliza wants to make sure her father's death was an accident.
I know that it's difficult for Liza to face the fact that her father's dead, but he is. Now, I think that the best thing for her is to get back to a normal life.
Well, her father was killed in his own home by a rattlesnake, which isn't exactly a normal event.
Mm-hmm. Well, playing private eye isn't going to bring Mr. Mills back either.
Mr. Howard, I play at a lot of things. Horseshoe pitching with a neighbor's grandchildren. Odd game of poker now and then. I even take a crack at the crossword puzzle in the Sunday paper. But I never play with murder.
Murder? Well, that's the first time that word's come up.
And maybe it'll be the last time.
But you don't think so?
I want to tell you about a fact I learned when I was 8 years old exploring the hills with my daddy. A rattlesnake will usually give out a very loud warning just before it strikes, because it doesn't want to tangle with people any more than we want to tangle with it. I don't mind telling you, but those things make me a little nervous. Very good. I don't think I'd have the nerve to get within 2 miles of one of those.
Sure. He would have been real proud of me.
Your father?
He wasn't my real father. My father died a long time ago.
Yes, I know what it feels like to lose someone you love, even though you didn't see eye to eye all the time. You know, I used to collect snakes when I was about your age. Nothing as deadly as these, though.
Yeah, my stepdad used to save them for some labs so they could take the venom. Who are you? Really?
Barnaby Jones, private detective. I'm out here to find out about Mr. Mills' death.
You think my stepdad was murdered?
Now, why did you ask me that question?
That's what detectives do, isn't it?
Well, this particular detective is happier when he's getting people out of trouble, not getting them in.
I guess I'm in trouble.
Why?
Because I'm the one who gets blamed when things go wrong. I'm incorrigible.
Incorrigible? Who told you that?
It was in my report at the foster home before I came here. If my stepdad was murdered, people are going to say I did it.
Incorrigible is an awful big word that I think some people use when they don't know how to deal with a young man of spirit.
Doesn't matter what you think. Doesn't matter what anybody thinks.
That's right, Kevin. It's what you know inside that counts. It's a picture of the bar glass?
Right, sir. We found it on the victim's carpet. Now, the lab reports that there was no whiskey in the glass, only water.
Bill, I think it's time to make a highway run.
Oh, yeah. Right, Sheriff.
Looks like you and my deputy are hitting it off right well. Maybe you and me ought to get introduced.
Barnaby Jones, private investigator. Liza Mills hired me to look into her father's death.
You figure us country folks can't conduct an investigation?
No, I'm a country boy just like you, Sheriff. I've been watching, and you've been handling this pretty smart. The way you let people figure that the investigation was closed and then bringing out these clues one at a time.
Clues?
Yeah, like this lab report. Andrew Mills had his regular whiskey at 5 o'clock every day. If there was only water in the glass, that means that the rattler could have struck between the time he put in the ice and the time he reached in the cabinet for the whiskey.
So you think the snake might have been hiding in the liquor cabinet?
Could be. That would explain why Andrew didn't get any warning before the snake struck.
Now, just how do you explain how a snake gets inside a closed liquor cabinet?
I don't know, unless somebody put him there.
Why'd anybody want to kill Andrew Mills? He didn't have anything worth stealing.
Well, he had the ranch, he had a few head of cattle, some horses.
He had 3,500 acres of sand, scrub, and rattlesnakes. Well, that's hardly worth insulting a man for, let alone killing him.
What about that mine your deputy mentioned?
Silver. That's played out 50 years ago. Andrew Mills was planning to put up some kind of industrial development on the site.
Well, wouldn't that have increased the value of the land?
Maybe. But murder, that's a pretty big step to take when you're not even sure it's going to pay off. And in the end, there's only two people who'd cash in on it. Andrew Mills' children. You say one of them did it?
Not necessarily. Andrew Mills' death was probably the end of any possibility of industrial development around the mine, which might have been exactly what somebody wanted.
Why?
I don't know why. Any more than I know how a rattlesnake got into a liquor cabinet by himself, or how a man can't open the door of his own den, or how an anti-venom kid gets up and walks away.
That's a whole lot of no answers.
Yeah. We sure got ourselves a whole lot of questions.
Kevin? Liza told me you were headed down to the mine. She's worried.
I can take care of myself.
Well, that's what I told her, but you know, your sister's no one to argue with.
I'm going in the mine.
Now, Kevin, you know there are rattlesnakes in there. You almost got bitten yourself a while back.
I know. That's why I've got to go in there. I've been afraid to go back in there. My dad said I'd have to face down my fears or I'd never have any peace.
You know, comes a time in a man's life when he stops trying to prove that his life is worth something. He goes out and he lives his life.
That man who was here, Mr. Jones, he's here to find out if my stepdad was murdered.
Kevin, in the world we live in, nobody cares about truth or lies or innocence or guilt. When something bad happens, they look for somebody to blame. Usually somebody who can't answer back or can't fight back by themselves.
What do you mean?
This Mr. Jones doesn't owe us anything. He's out to find himself a killer, and he might decide that you're as good a candidate as anybody.
I didn't kill my father.
I know you didn't. Just like I know how careful you were about those snakes. I know that you made sure every one of them were back in their cages and that you shut the cage doors just like you were supposed to. I know you didn't forget and leave one of them out by mistake.
Kevin, you all right? Hey, I thought we were friends.
Mr. Jones, I think I killed my stepfather.
Oh,
There was a rattler missing the day my father was killed. I can't be sure if I closed the cage or not.
When did that thought come to you?
Today. Well, I was at the mine and Mr. Howard came by. I don't know how it came up, but he knows I didn't leave the cage door open.
Well, he just wanted to reassure you, is that it?
Yeah, I guess so. But it made me feel worse. Because I couldn't be sure I closed the cage. My dad and I had a fight. I wished he was dead. And he was dead.
Kevin, I think you closed that cage. And even if you didn't, it's not likely that snake could have found its way into your father's den.
I wish Mr. Howard could have told me that.
Kevin, Mr. Howard is a smart man, but maybe he doesn't know everything.
You all right?
Yeah, for a fellow who was almost a meal for a bunch of rattlesnakes, I'm fine.
I saw you headed for the mine, and I came up to warn you. Don't you know about those snakes?
Yeah, I knew they were in there. What I didn't understand was how come a couple of them showed up behind me just as I was leaving.
Well, Mr. Jones, the only thing I know about rattlesnakes is they got the right of way.
Lucky thing I found that kerosene lantern. Wonder how it got in a mine that nobody uses anymore.
Kevin comes up here quite a lot.
Yeah, I noticed you spent a little time here, too.
Just surveying the property. Liza's eager to get it sold.
Yes, I wanted to talk to you about that. I stopped by the real estate office today, and it seems that the price that you're asking is about 3 times more than the amount that anybody ever paid for land in this area before. Almost looks as if you're trying not to sell.
Why would I want to do a thing like that?
I don't know. Just like I don't know what a nest of rattlesnakes is doing in that mine when they weren't there a month ago.
Who told you that?
Liza. I stopped by to ask directions to the mine. She said Kevin had been exploring it for years. Never saw any snakes till just last month when he was almost bitten.
Well, like I said, I don't know a thing about rattlers.
You do know they can kill a man.
We'd all be smart to know that, wouldn't we, Mr. Jones? I'd hate to see what happened to Mr. Mills happen again.
I'll keep that in mind, Mr. Howard. if you could issue me a card so that I could take this out for a day or so?
Sure. Rattlesnakes of the American desert. I hope you don't intend this for late night reading, Mr. Jones.
How did you know my name?
My brother is president of Desert Wells Land Company. And when I saw you coming out, I asked him, Lucas, who is that handsome man you were talking to? And he said that's Mr. Barnaby Jones, the famous investigator.
Well, that's very flattering of you, Miss...
Deborah Meadows.
Meadows.
If it's the local kind you're interested in, I could probably tell you as much as that book can.
Well, maybe you could. The desert rattler. Do they usually make their nests in caves or mines?
No, you'd be more likely to find them out in the open where they can hunt natural game for food.
Well, supposing that somebody put a bunch of rattlers in a cave and wanted to keep them there, is that possible?
You can do that if you brought food to them.
Well, thank you very much, Miss Meadows. You've been a great help. I don't think I'll be taking this book after all. This was only taken out once in the last year.
That's right. It was last month.
Who took it out? I mean, do you have records? I'm just curious.
I don't have to do that. I remember checking it out to that nice young man who was going to marry Liza Mills, Jim Howard.
Mr. Howard? Liza told me you were coming into town to buy some tools, figuring on doing some digging.
Putting up some new fencing. Anything wrong?
Oh, nothing all that serious. I just want to tell you that it's a pleasure to meet somebody these days who is modest about his attainments.
Well, if you're talking about me, I'm not sure I deserve the compliment.
Oh, I think you do. You told me you didn't know anything about snakes. I bet you picked up a barn full of facts from this.
You know, you're quite a detective, Mr. Jones.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I just go poking around. People kind of throw things my way.
Oh, no. I'd say that you were very, very good. You know, if I was a man with a guilty conscience, I'd be awfully worried if I had you coming after me.
Well, you don't seem to be worried.
I'm not. You see, I took out that book, but not for myself.
What'd you take it out for?
For Kevin. He was becoming interested in the subject, and I thought he'd like the book.
Well, it was very kind of you.
I thought so myself at the time, but now I'm not too sure.
Lieutenant Hager just called. He checked with the Records and Identification Division. There is no criminal record for anyone named Jim Howard.
I kind of expected that. Betty, let's check on these prints. He grabbed the book with both hands, so there should be a perfect set.
Do you think he has a record under another name?
I think Mr. Howard is a very smart man who isn't worried at all that I'm not buying his act. And that's what worries me.
Maybe he doesn't have anything to be worried about.
Maybe. Maybe he's figured out a way to cover up his tracks, which means somebody else is in danger.
Matador's gone. I had to put him away.
You had to do what?
Well, he was getting old and sick. He wasn't working out anymore. I had to get rid of him.
He was my horse. My dad gave him to me.
Yeah, well, that's all over now, Kevin. For whatever time you're going to be here, you're going to have to do things my way.
What do you mean for whatever time I'm going to be here?
You know, your stepdad was very worried about you, Kevin. He talked to me about sending you away to some kind of school.
A school? You mean an institution?
A place where you could get some help.
You think there's something wrong with me?
I'm just telling you what your dad said.
You're a liar. My dad wasn't going to send me anyplace. He wouldn't have let to kill Matador either. If I was a man, I'd...
Jim, what happened?
Oh, it's nothing, honey. Kevin was a little upset, that's all.
Kevin break these dishes.
Well, it was my fault. He's been very disturbed since your father died. I tried to get him to let his feelings out a little. I should have left him alone.
Sometimes I think Kevin's gonna be all right, and then he blows up like this. And now with Dad gone, I'm just afraid he's gonna get worse.
Oh, honey, come on. Listen, we've got to stand by him now. We can't turn our backs on him.
I can't help worrying about all of this.
Well, don't you worry, honey.
I'm here now.
The report on the prints came back from R&I Division.
So, Mr. Howard does have a record after all. 2 years in federal prison under the name of Jim Howard Haig.
Your intuition was right.
Yeah, but that's like having a $10,000 car with a broken wheel. It looks beautiful, but won't get you down the driveway. Mr. Haig did time for mail fraud and still doesn't prove murder.
Well, maybe there wasn't any murder, Barnaby. Maybe Mr. Haig tried a life of crime, fell flat on his face for his trouble, picked himself up after 2 years, decided it would be better to lead a simple but honest life, married to a rancher's daughter.
I'm a suspicious old man with a deep distrust of human nature.
Oh, of course you're not, but, well, you still haven't found a motive for murder.
You may be right, Betty, except for one thing. According to Lieutenant Hager, James Howard Haig was released from prison 3.5 months ago. 2 days later, he shows up in Desert Wells.
What are you saying, Barnaby?
I'm saying that's a long way to go in a short time unless he got a reason. And he may have found that reason while he was in jail. Betty, call my friend Gil Carter at San Quentin. He's assistant to the warden. Ask him to run a check on the activities of James Howard Haig while he was in prison, especially who his friends were and what they were sent up for.
Barnaby, I called your office. Betty said that you were coming out.
What's the matter, Liza?
It's Kevin. I think that he had something to do with Dad's death.
Liza, do you know what you're saying?
Yes.
What happened?
You remember asking what happened to Dad's snake bite kit? Why he didn't have it with him when he was bitten?
Yeah.
I found this morning. It was in Kevin's room.
Kevin? Barnaby Jones. Where are you going?
Getting out of here.
Well, if you're going to do some traveling, you're going to need money. And you're going to need friends wherever you go.
I don't need friends.
Everybody needs a friend, Kevin. We said we were going to be friends, you and I. We can't go back on that.
Why do you want to be my friend? Everybody thinks I killed Mr. Mills.
Not everybody.
You think I'd be afraid to do it?
Murder doesn't take courage, Kevin. It takes a certain kind of cowardice, and you're not a coward.
What'll I do?
Let's go out there. The two of us. Show folks we're not running away.
You called him here.
No, he didn't. I did, Kevin. For your sake. You better come on down to the office with me now, son.
You're a warrant, Sheriff.
I'm not arresting anyone, Mr. Jones. Kevin and I are old friends. We're just going to have a nice, friendly little chat.
You know, you don't have to go, Kevin.
Thanks, Mr. Jones. Guess it's best if I do what the sheriff wants.
You've come a long way from San Quentin, Mr. Haig.
I'd expect a good detective like you to find that out.
How long do you suppose it would have taken Liza to find it out?
Well, why don't we ask her? Liza, Mr. Jones has become interested in my background. Now, would you please tell him what I told you about me?
I know about Jim's prison record, Barnaby, if that's what you mean.
Why didn't you tell me that before?
Jim deserved a new chance.
Well, so you're off the hook and Kevin is on.
I'm sorry about Kevin, Mr. Jones. Now, he needs understanding, and we're going to see that he gets it.
It's very noble of you. Of course, some people might say that nobility is the last refuge of liars.
Are you calling me a liar?
I'll let you know when this is over.
It's over now, Mr. Jones. Liza won't be needing you anymore.
Well, Kevin does. And as long as I've got a client, I think I'll hang around. When can I talk to Kevin?
Oh, as soon as the sheriff gets through talking to him. Your move. Sheriff's Department, Bailey here. For you.
Yeah.
Barnaby, I just got a call from your friend at San Quentin, Mr. Carter. It seems that Jim Howard Haig's cellmate for 18 months was a man named Louis Whitaker. Does that mean anything?
Could mean everything. Thanks. Where can I get a surveyor's map of this area?
Over at the land company office.
Be back in 10 minutes. Tell the sheriff I want to talk to him.
Hey, Barnaby, don't you want to finish the game? I just jumped your king.
So you finally found it, Mr. Howard. Was it worth it?
How did you get in here?
Same way you did. When I found out who your cellmate was, I knew what those rattlesnakes you put down here were guarding. I figured there was another way to get into the mine. You went to a lot of trouble, Mr. Howard. Too bad it won't buy you anything but a prison cell for the rest of your life.
There's no law against looking for stolen money.
And you don't mind turning it over. Don't touch it.
I didn't mean to kill Mills.
Until he got in your way. You knew that Lou Whitaker buried the loot down in this mine somewhere, but you didn't know the exact spot. Then when you found out that Mills was planning to develop this site, you knew that meant sealing the mine and probably covering over the money forever, so you had to stop him.
Look. There's over $300,000 in here. Why don't we split it? We could both live good for the rest of our lives.
I already live good, Mr. Howard, and I don't need to be rich to do it. It has to do with other things. You had a chance at those things and you threw them away. A woman who loved you. A boy that you could have befriended. An old man that gave you a chance at a new life. You had it all. You threw it away for nothing.
Drop it. It's my turn now. I'm sorry, Mr. Jones, but in the game we're playing, nice guys really do finish last.
That's what you were doing, wasn't it? Playing a game.
What else is there?
I'm bit. I'm bit! You bit me! You gotta get some help!
Don't let me die.
What's the matter, Mr. Howard? Game getting a little too rough for you? Mr. Joe! In here, Sheriff! You got here just in time, Sheriff. Money's over there in that box.
What happened to him?
One of his namesakes got to him. You can arrest him for the murder of Andrew Mill.
Take him in. It's an interesting job you got.
I'm just a country boy like you, Sheriff, trying to get through the day.
Hi, Barnaby.
Hi. I was driving down the highway, looked at my watch, noticed it was lunchtime, and thought I might come in here and reclaim that hamburger I turned down once.
You know you're always welcome. Did you see Jim?
Yes, he's recovered. He made a full confession.
I was a fool, wasn't I?
No, you're human. No sin to fall in love with someone, no matter who it is.
Kevin, friend of yours to see you.
Glad you came by, Mr. Jones.
I don't want to interrupt your work.
Oh, no. I'm just finishing up on those fence posts. We're going to be right on time to finish the whole thing by winter. We're going to do good if the weather keeps up and if we can get a loan for some new equipment.
I think you're going to do just fine.
Mr. Jones,
Yes, Kevin.
how do you thank somebody who saved your whole life?
You already have. How about those hamburgers?
Barnaby Jones, starring Buddy Ebsen. Also starring Lee Merriweather, with guest stars Glenn Corbett, Lynn Marta, special guest star Nina Foch. Tonight's episode, Divorce, Murderer Style.
What's so interesting?
That marvelous-looking waiter. You used to have a figure like that, didn't you, Charlie?
You telling me I'm getting fat?
Oh, no. Just comfortable. Like a friendly old overstuffed chair. You were so beautiful when I first met you.
What do you want from me?
Another 50-yard run, I suppose. The crowd yelling and the bands blaring.
Nobody can be a football hero forever. You have to look for other values in a man.
Let me write that down.
Stop it, Linda.
All right. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'll tell you a secret.
What?
I'm divorcing you.
I can't live without you.
Oh, Charlie, please. Now, if we can't be kind, let's at least be honest. When you married me for what my family could give you. Fat vice presidency in the firm. And a shelf for your trophies.
I guess you've said it all.
You know, I'm really sorry it ended this way. You know, I really am sorry.
Where's the attendant?
He'll be here in a minute.
Well, I don't want to wait a minute.
Hold it. Behave, you won't get hurt. Hand over your cash. The lady, all your jewelry. Move. Did I do all right?
Yeah, but we got to make it look real good.
Hold still. I'll just crease you a little bit.
family phoned of my niece's death, I flew home immediately. It's hard to believe that anyone so beautiful and vital is gone. I practically raised that girl. I arranged her coming out party. Always saw that she met the right people.
May I get you something? Some tea, perhaps?
An aperitif.
Our stock is kind of low. We got a little bourbon?
That'll be fine.
I'll have the usual, Betty.
Yes, Linda was my greatest achievement. I'll never forget the first time I took her to Paris. Such fun explaining to everyone that we weren't sisters. I planned a marriage for her with an Italian count. I was heartbroken when she insisted on marrying Charles.
Why was that?
It's all very well to watch a football player scratch around in the muck, but you don't invite one into your house. But I forgave her. She was really in love with Charles. And he had some nice qualities.
Miss DeRoche, why are you suspicious about your niece's death? Thank you.
Oh, there's an old French saying. Où il y a le triangle, il y a souvent la mort.
Well, roughly, I suppose that translates into where there's a triangle, there's death. What kind of a triangle?
But Linda had an admirer. He was mad about her, furious that she wouldn't leave Charles.
Seems like what you're saying is that what happened the other night was more than just a robbery.
I can't be sure, but isn't it true that each man kills the thing he loves? Especially in California.
Be more likely he'd kill the husband.
Well, he must have realized that Linda would have an admirer. She was so beautiful.
All due respect, ma'am, this is pure conjecture.
Yes. But Linda did say he said something very dramatic. If I can't own you, no one will.
Yeah, that is pretty strong. Do you have any idea who this admirer might be?
No, Linda never told me. She did say, though, that he was subject to fits of violence. Oh, Mr. Jones, do find out what really happened.
Charlie, I know it's no comfort at a time like this, but what we all wanted to say, what a brave thing you did. Putting yourself in danger, trying to save Linda.
It's hard to imagine going on without her. I don't know what I'm going to do now. Maybe get away.
That's a good idea. And take all the time you need. Don't worry about the job. Your desk will always be there. Oh, I don't think you know my daughter, Terry.
Miss Mabry.
I'm sorry to meet you under these circumstances, Mr. Court. I've always been one of your greatest fans.
Well, if you'll excuse me.
Is there anything else we can do?
No, I just want to be alone for a while.
Mr. Court?
Yes?
This is Mrs. Wilson.
Who?
The wife of the man you killed. I think you and I should have a little talk.
Charlie Court and his wife here often?
Yes, sir. Mrs. Court had lunch here frequently.
That's so. Who with?
She was accompanied by other ladies, sometimes.
Mind telling me about the time she wasn't?
She might have eaten alone.
It's hard to picture.
She may have been with a gentleman, if that's what you're suggesting. But I honestly can't recall. If you'll excuse me, sir.
You hear any of that?
It's possible that he doesn't remember the guy.
You sound like you do.
Mainly just the car. It's kind of beat up for a place like this. Always had it stuffed with paintings, wild, modern stuff.
You know anything else about him?
Well, thin, good looking. Oh, and a lousy tipper. But he certainly wasn't the one that killed Mrs. Court. Have they identified the mugger yet?
Name's Frank Wilson, drifter, got a record, armed robbery.
Gosh, the minute I spotted him, I should have run him off.
He was here before?
Earlier that evening, down by the edge of the lot.
Where?
I'll show you. Yeah, just about right down in here.
Looks like he staked himself out for quite a while. See the whole parking lot from here.
Must have been waiting for the right victim.
Why?
Why what?
Why wait? Seems to be anybody coming out of there been rich enough to rob. You couldn't buy a glass of cold water in there for less than $100. Was there a lot of traffic at that time of the night?
Sure. It was about closing time.
You know, it seems odd that he would let some pigeons go by and wait to pick on Charlie Court. I wouldn't want to tackle anybody that big, even if I was packing a gun.
Over here. So nice of you to come, Mr. Court. Forgive me for being nervous, but Frank's death was such a shock.
They never told me Wilson had a wife.
Yes. Won't you sit down? We didn't live together too long. He was always wandering around getting into trouble.
What do you want?
Well, first to tell you that I hold no hard feelings towards you, and that I hope you won't hate me for some things I have to tell you.
Go on.
Frank visited me last week up in Fresno. He wanted a reconciliation. I'd always refused him till he could straighten himself out and prove a good husband.
This doesn't concern me.
Well, he gave me some money. He said it was an advance from a friend in L.A. who offered him a job. Now, this set me to wondering, what kind of a job gives advances? I mean, wouldn't you wonder? I thought he'd gotten in with the wrong people again, and I wanted to find out who. So I did something terrible. I searched his things, and I found your name and phone number.
Well, that doesn't prove anything. Only that he was setting me up for a robbery.
Of course not. And the fact that you and Frank were friends before the robbery doesn't prove anything either.
I never saw your husband before last night.
Oh, I don't blame you for not remembering. It was such a long time ago, wasn't it? In North Carolina. A place called Cherry Point. I guess you forgot to tell the police.
So did you, evidently.
I don't want to get involved in anything. I just would like to get away from all these terrible memories.
That's a very good idea.
I have a sister in Hawaii. But it's so expensive there.
How expensive?
Oh, I couldn't think of making a move like that without
without at least $5,000. You wouldn't know where I could borrow it, would you?
Maybe. Suppose I call you later this afternoon.
I'd like that. Just ask for room 18. Talk to you later, then.
How'd it go?
I think we bought him too cheap.
Well, you can always raise the ante.
Yes? Who? All right, send him in.
Hi.
May I help you? Mr. Jones, is it?
Barnaby Jones. I'm a private investigator.
What are you investigating?
Mrs. DeRoche has some suspicions about your wife's death.
And Eleanor? What suspicions?
Well, she had the feeling that there could have been some other criminal involved besides Wilson.
Well, I'm not surprised she'd say that. She sees every criminal in the country under her mattress. What does that prove?
Either that she sleeps in a very large bed, or you're saying she's eccentric.
She's wasting her money on your time, Mr. Jones.
Free country. You mind if I ask you a few questions about your wife's murder?
What can I tell you I haven't told the police? It was a simple robbery.
I've been investigating robberies for a number of years, and I don't recall one which was exactly simple.
What could be so unusual about this one?
Well, the mechanics were a little peculiar. Why stage a robbery like that in such a public place?
Criminals do stupid things.
Amateurs, maybe, but Wilson was a professional. And the evidence seems to indicate that he was in that parking lot for quite a while. Why did he single you out?
I don't think he was being selective. He was probably just working up his nerve.
Speaking of nerve, it took quite a bit of courage for you to jump an armed man like that over a simple robbery. Why'd you do that?
I don't know. It was dumb. Maybe it was the drinks I'd had. Guess I'll regret it the rest of my life.
I understand your wife was a great art collector.
Yeah, she was interested in art.
All these seem to be by the same man, Lawrence Whitley. Never heard of him.
Well, not many people have. My wife sponsored him. She thought he had potential.
So it looks like he dug it up out of the bottom of a hen house.
If you don't have any more questions, Mr. Jones, would you excuse me? This whole thing's been very rough on me.
Oh, yes, certainly. A pleasure to talk to you.
Hello?
Everything's ready, Mrs. Wilson.
Oh, Mr. Court. I'm so grateful. I really am. But...
But what?
Well, I've been thinking, $5,000 really doesn't go very far these days. See, I'd like to establish a really solid financial base, so I wouldn't have to bother you again.
How solid a base?
Well, could you see your way to 20,000?
It's a long way, isn't it?
Not if it's the end of the line. I wouldn't impose any further. You've been so kind.
Well, I don't want to be seen at that motel again. Can we meet someplace else?
Certainly. As long as it's public with a lot of people around. Girl has to protect herself, you understand.
Do you know the Lebec Lodge in the North Valley?
No, but I'll find it.
I'll be in the bar at 8 o'clock.
I'm looking forward to it.
Some of these are kind of hard to figure out.
Well, maybe we just don't understand abstract art.
Well, I read once that according to Delacroix, it's supposed to be the extension of the music of the painting. I guess I'm tone deaf with these. What do you got on Wilson?
Well, he was born and raised in Fresno. Spent 3 years in the Marines. He was given a bad conduct discharge for theft.
Where do you go from there?
Back home to get married. He lived with his wife, Catherine, for a short period of time. Then he left to drift around the country. He served time in 2 states for assault and armed robbery.
What about his wife?
She stayed at home. They were still married at the time of his death.
Very interesting. What do you know about Fresno?
Well, just that they roll up the sidewalks at 9 o'clock.
Well, nobody wants to look at a sidewalk. It's been left out all night. You could try the winery.
Why not?
Taste the Pinot Noir. Pick a few pigs.
Ask a few questions.
Find out all you can about Wilson. Whether he had any contact with the painter, Lawrence Whitley.
I'll get back as soon as I can.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Jones, is it? I'm Larry Whitley.
How do you do?
I see you like that piece. It's called Model in Aspic.
I hope she can dig her way out.
I'll give her your message. What did you want to see me about?
I understand you were a favorite of Linda Court.
She bought some of my paintings.
I saw them.
Evidently, they didn't turn you on. Well, I don't blame you. These aren't the best side of my work. But people like to be confused. I mean, I work up a piece of garbage, and suddenly everyone is turned on to how a sensory appeal must result from an unintelligible meaning. It's a game I play.
You don't seem to be enjoying it.
Linda liked them. I thought that I could be another Cézanne, but I'd have done anything to please her.
Mr. Whitley, it's possible that the man that killed Linda was a hired killer. It could be that her death was a mistake. Her husband might have been the original target.
You're saying that somebody wanted him done away with? Whom did you have in mind?
Well, if Wilson were alive, I'd ask him. But since he isn't, I'll have to go with the most likely suspect.
Me? Why?
A man who paints something he hates just because that's the way a woman wants it.
He might demand something in return.
Do you recall the remark, if I can't own you, no one will?
I think I phrased that a little better. It wouldn't be necessary for me to do away with Charlie, Mr. Jones, because Linda was planning to divorce him.
That's something I hadn't heard.
It is quite true. Charlie would have been destroyed.
Yes, in addition to losing his wife, he'd probably lost a good job. Did Charlie know that Linda was going to divorce him?
I'm not sure. He might have known about us. Linda was never much for discretion.
There's nobody here.
Well, I forgot the place was closed on Monday. Got your money in the car.
Why don't you bring it here?
Why don't you come with me?
Back off. I'll go with you.
And the money better be there.
How was Fresno?
I was wrong. They really know how to live up there.
You look like you enjoyed the wine.
Oh, it was all those dinners that got to me. I had to entertain half the women in Fresno to get any information.
Did it pay off?
Yeah. I located a neighbor of Catherine Wilson's. She gave me this. That's Mrs. Wilson.
Find out anything else?
Oh, Frank Wilson visited his wife in Fresno 2 weeks ago. And he left her some money.
How much?
Almost $2,000.
Did she tell her neighbor that?
No, the neighbor had a friend who worked in one of the banks. Kathy exchanged all the money for traveler's checks and then drew out all the money in her account.
Sounds like she wasn't figuring on coming home soon. Did she accompany Wilson to Los Angeles?
No, it seems she left with a boyfriend. A nightclub bouncer named Lee Masters.
I don't think he'll be going home either. I think I just read where they found him dead out at Lebec Lodge last night. Evidence indicates victim of hit and run. Kathy Wilson has been having a miserable run of luck with her men. I think I ought to learn all I can about this accident, if that's what it was.
Okay, is there anything you want me to do? Excuse me.
Get some rest.
Thanks, that's very kind.
You seem to be feeling a lot better now.
Well, I guess it's true, the time heals.
I'd sort of hoped it was because I was here.
Back in a minute.
Anything I can help you with, Jones? Just want to have a chat. You sure keep this up nice.
That's right.
Front bumpers shine like it's brand new. No dents, rust.
Well, I like to take care of my things.
Funny you didn't take as good care of the back bumper. It's showing signs of wear.
Well, maybe I'm just not too steady in reverse.
Like the old guy back home, he had a car that would only run backwards. He didn't care where he was going. He
just wanted to see where he had been. Is that what you came to talk to me about?
Well, no. Mr. Court, did you know that Frank Wilson had a wife? Lived up in Fresno. He visited her about a week ago and left her a couple $1,000 for household money. Now, where would he get a sum like that?
Some crime, I suppose. Why don't you ask her?
She wasn't home. Where it is, she's down here in Los Angeles somewhere. If you hear from her, would you call me?
Would you explain to me why I'd hear from her?
Well, sometimes wives get a little touchy about the husband getting killed, even if it's for a good cause.
I'll be careful. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some business to attend.
Sure. Sure's a nice day for a drive. You have it out today?
Just to have it washed.
Sure looks nice.
Shower and change.
Yes.
Dirty murderer.
Well, I figured I hadn't heard the last of you.
Oh, you have. You have, because the police can take it from here. I'm calling them.
It's not going to get you any money.
I'm not in business anymore. You're too dangerous.
Oh, yes, you are, lady. You're still in business or you wouldn't be calling me here.
Price has gone up to $50,000.
It'll take time to raise that.
And it'll take time for me to figure out a payoff where you can't get your hands on me.
There's no problem. I can't afford to hurt anyone else.
Oh, you can't afford not to.
Looks like pretty hard work.
Yeah, but it's shaping up. Been on it since early this morning.
Mr. Court been down to look it over?
No, he drove out without giving a glance. He seemed to have other things on his mind.
Oh, yeah. I guess he was worried about his car. He told me he had an accident. He kind of banged it up.
Yeah, front end. Looked like he used the bumper for a can opener.
Don't work too hard.
Okay.
Get the money and stay by your phone.
Take a look over here, Barnaby. Look at this tire mark. This could have been made last night.
Looks like 2 cars were here, Lieutenant. Say, did you happen to find a motel key on Masters?
What makes you think that?
Just a guess. Had to stay somewhere down here. I figured he didn't buy a house.
Well, you're close. We found a receipt on him from the Hollywood Motel.
What'd they have to say?
And he checked in there 2 days ago with a young woman.
Is that a fact?
We got a description, but haven't been able to locate her yet.
She probably left town.
It's hard, I know.
What?
Being without someone you've loved for a long time. But I think anyone can go on. He knows people still care for him. Won't you let me help?
You're a kind and gentle girl, Terry. Maybe the only one I've ever known. People can't help me now. Somewhere in the world, there's a place where fat, old ex-football players can find some peace. I'd like to dump everything and go look for it. But I'm afraid.
Of what?
Myself. See, all my life, operators smarter than me have used me. Made me out to be some kind of a god because I could run past people. Then one day they said, you'll have to make it another way. Only I don't know another way. So the second team moved in. The vultures waiting to pick at the bones.
I don't understand.
A wife that was amused like I was a toy and got bored when the paint rubbed off. A company that put me in public relations with a fancy office. Put me on exhibit.
You'll have to forget about the past. It'll only make you unhappy.
You see, that's the tough part. It's tough giving up anything. I don't care how it was gained.
Would it be easier if you had someone you could trust?
Do you think it's possible?
I think anything's possible. If you try hard enough for it. Maybe we could try for it together.
Would you excuse me? Hello?
You know the Bayshore Bowling Alley?
Yes?
Be there at 5 o'clock. Put the money in one of the daily rent lockers at the west end of the building.
And?
There's a phone booth in Van Nuys. In the parking lot of a market at the corner of Chandler and Ventura. Tape the key under the shelf.
Chandler and Ventura.
I'll send somebody to pick up the key. You follow him and I'll be right on the phone to the police.
I don't know. It sounds all right, but,
Stanley, everything is going to be fine. There's nothing to it, Stanley. And you pick up a fast $500 just for bringing the package home to Mama.
nothing's gonna go wrong.
No way. Everything's going to go right. For you and for me.
Well, I don't know what I can tell you I haven't already told the police. He and the woman registered here on the 29th. The police said his name was Masters.
Is that the way you registered?
No. He used the name of Scott Waters.
Is this the woman who was with him?
Yep, that's her.
Thank you very much for your trouble.
Are the police looking for her?
They may not be the only one.
Long time, Mr. J. How have you been?
Good. You?
Same old 6 and 7s, you know. Got any tough ones?
Yep. What was Zach Wheat's lifetime batting average?
Zach Wheat. 317. 132 home runs. 1,248 runs batted in.
Too easy for you. Have to try football. Hey, I hear Charlie Court's a customer here.
Yeah, he used to be quite a regular.
All right. What was his college touchdown total?
None. Came off Sandlot.
You mean he never played anything with pro?
No. Wait a minute. He did play some service ball.
Where?
Marines, I think. I had a team stationed up at Cherry Point.
Cherry Point, North Carolina?
Yeah, about 10 years ago. Check it with Frank Wilson's service record.
I'll get right on it.
Help you? Yeah, I had a few things to check, and I noticed that all the other lockers were rented except the one I took.
Yeah, a guy came in a little while ago and he wanted to roll of dimes. I saw him rent all the lockers. He left, came back in a few minutes, and he opened one of them.
Is there a place near here where they make duplicate keys?
Yeah, right down the block.
Thanks.
I called the Marine base at Cherry Point. Frank Wilson was stationed there, the same time as Charlie Court, but they were in different units.
Did Wilson play football?
No, but he was the equipment manager for the team.
That means he did have some contact with Court.
All right, that establishes the tie-up between the two of them. Any word on Wilson's wife?
Not yet, but I think we better get to her before Court does.
Yes, well, thank you very much.
Anything?
I finally located the only friend she has here in Los Angeles, but she hasn't seen her.
The way I figured, Kathy was probably blackmailing Court. If I were playing that game, I'd start heading out the minute I got the money.
Well, I checked all the airlines. There's no record of a Catherine Wilson making any reservations.
Waters.
What?
That's the name she checked into the motel under. Catherine Waters. Or Mrs. Scott Waters.
Got it. Mrs. Scott Waters, 11 a.m. flight to Hawaii on Consolidated Airlines, and she left a callback number.
Let's see where this number is. Grant Hotel in Hollywood.
Got any more friends around?
Please. I promise I will not bother you again.
What happened? That was a clever payoff you arranged.
How did you find out about the duplicate key at the bowling alley?
I noticed all the lockers were rented except one. Then the cashier told me about your boyfriend. He shouldn't have come back so soon after he had that key made.
What did you do to him?
There won't be any more trouble. More important is, what am I going to do with you?
You fire that gun, it'll raise everybody in the place.
Come on.
No, please.
You're coming with me whether you like it or not. Backstairs.
Hold it, Court.
Get up those stairs. Go on, move! Move!
You're an open target, boy. Drop the gun.
No, you throw yours out or she gets it.
I'm not that concerned with her welfare. Come on, Charlie, it's all over.
Look out, he's got another gun!
Call the police. Tell them to send an ambulance. Too bad. You could have saved yourself a bullet, son.
Never in the world would I have thought it was Charles. You're sure?
He gave a full confession to the police.
Still, I can't help but be sorry for him, even though he did do a terrible thing. Poor Linda. You could never tell where marriage will lead.
No, sometimes it's a gamble.
Still, it's better to gamble than be alone. Miss Park? I myself have gambled several times. What about you, Mr. Jones?
Just once. I'm a widower.
Oh, well. Well, don't you think only once is really not giving it a chance?
Barnaby Jones' office, may I help you?
Yes, yes, I'll catch the first plane. Excuse me, ma'am. It's an emergency.
Well. I hope you have. He's a charming man. Does he own a dinner jacket?
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh, well, we can rent him one. Bye-bye now.
Since when does picking up your laundry mean an emergency?
When a lady like that gets to itch to gamble again.